congratulations for making it to the finals. Hope you guys had fun this weekend. Thank you for bearing with me through all the advantage frogs and silly numbers we did. I hope you had a little fun with that at least. Special thanks to all the volunteers. I know many of you volunteer, and it really helps a lot. We appreciate all of you, especially the ice crew. Christine for making a great draw. I think it was a lot of fun. So congratulations to the Piper. To the Piper. Good luck, guys.
Hey, let's see if we can throw a guard. Let's be yellow.
You make them wonder, like, hang on a second.
Yeah, they're trying to get your
Guard's okay. In's okay. Guard in.
actual guard.
Really try to blame it all.
Little tight.
All right.
I think we're here though. No, you gotta go. Yep. Yeah. Really slow. Both of you. Well, yeah, that, but also really slow. For one. How many elements? Yeah, I know, but good.
Yeah, a little slow.
Straight up, yeah.
Looks like it. I don't think it's going to slow down that much. That's like control. Alright, breakfast ball. Fine. No. Where my broom
I
is.
think we're good. I think we're good. Yep.
That's pretty good.
Love that.
You go, shot.
Yeah, let's go control. one of these things, I don't know. This one, can I really just grab something? You peel us a time. Stop.
No, I think he's trying to.
Control.
Stop it.
Push, push. Connie!
Open room. Make sure it's here. You got flies.
Hard!
You got flies.
Harder than that!
Where do you go?
That's fine.
Okay. Bring it, bring it. You're doing good. You got it. Just get it on. Really nice.
Going back forward. Right in front of our
I mean, we can split it. It's just wide open, but yeah, okay.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, that's fine.
why guard our shot?
Same weight. It's a fresh path.
Yeah.
Same weight.
Line's okay.
Yes, John.
No. Yeah, it's really crazy. Gotta grab something. Yep, there you go.
Sarah.
Looks down.
How much?
90%.
We can go here. We can go here.
I mean that.
Normal. Say normal. Normal.
Clean. Pull. Push it. You got it. Come on. Yep. Real nice, guys. You got it.
Whoa. Connie. Whoa. Lauren.
Really glad he knows.
Forward. Good.
You're pretty slow.
Forward to control.
Nose in.
Yep.
Control. Oh, control.
Karen. Hard turn. Yeah, really cool.
Yes.
Come all the way around there. Same way.
Okay, coming down.
Close. Yes, the room.
Fire.
Off the room. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Draw down.
Yeah.
Err on the side of heavy. Peel the guard, that's fine. Give me, try for like back line. It's still slow. It's okay if you're heavy.
Maybe we open it up if it's not perfect.
Yep. Lauren, yep.
Yeah.
Whoa. Lauren,
The other one.
no.
Nick, yep.
Maybe they can both. Yeah, just a little bit. That's lighter. Good shot.
Yeah, I think I just started it now.
You slid good, you just started it a little.
Yeah, I'm good at sleepers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nose is okay.
Yes. Yes.
Clean.
Like half. Little over half.
Well, yes.
On this side?
Oh.
I think let's try that draw again.
Nice shot. Go around. Might get too much, sorry.
Back! Back! Hard back! Yep, hard back!
I gave you too much.
Hard. All the way, never stop, guys.
The shot's still here. We also have a plan B now.
All right. That's fine.
Right, eight, back, line, or seven.
You like this? Only other thing I can think of is try and throw like a back line.
Hello and welcome to the finals of the 5th annual Triangle Club Spiel. Well, George, here we are. Sitting here, neither of us in the finals.
The tradition continues.
Exactly. We got some good matchups. Let's see, our A event is on sheet B. B event on sheet A. D event on sheet C, and C is on sheet D. You might be watching at home wondering, why not just have the A finals on A, the B finals on B? That would make it less confusing. Well, it's because the middle sheets are the better sheets, generally, right?
Glad to say that out loud.
No shade on the ice crew. That's just the way. It's just the way it works. The sheets closer to the wall, they have more temperature issues to deal with. So we put the A event on one of the middle sheets, and then the D event, even though it sounds like, well, that's the lower event, that's actually the third place match. So that's why A and D get the center sheets, and B and C get the edge sheets.
So we'll be featuring sheet B for the most part, and then but we'll get you over to all of the other games.
Yep.
It says the more important shots occur.
There are 2 feeds currently live on the Triangle Curling YouTube page. One of them just has the sound of our voice plus this view you're currently looking at. The other, we have a little bit of more control over what the camera is showing. So if you are generally interested in all of these games, you can be on the one that has camera changes. And when we're talking about, let's look at this particular sheet, we'll go full screen to that sheet. If you want to just focus in on one game and not have the view change away from that game, there is a feed that will not change the camera view.
Yes! That line!
So we are coming towards the end of the first end.
Boy, that really came down to me.
What do you got?
Inside of this, we're okay.
And on sheet B, it is Team Palmieri that has hammer, which is the last rock of the end. We refer to as the hammer. Sorry, scratch that. It's Team Riveron that has the hammer. Palmieri is lining up his shot for his first of 2 skip stones.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Logan. Whoa. Yes, yes, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's always got that, but we can go out here. Or I could try to, I'm not sure. I have to like barely get my dad around, yeah? So Ed Reed, I think, is here. So this is center line. Oh, it's still fun. Let him try that.
Yes. Hard, Nick.
I think here, but here's the tricky thing.
Hard.
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 He should go. He should go.
This was my draw.
Quarter half. Yes, fine, we're narrow. Yes, it's the way. Close. Close.
Clean, just clean, just clean. Yes. Yeah.
Roll it, Nick.
You're not hurting it. Go. You're not hurting it. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Got room. Curl now.
Yeah, you're good. That's good.
Come on, bring it.
We're gonna probably go into that back right one.
Just a little bit.
I thought it was coming in there.
Sorry, folks. Had some TV issues here in the warm room with regards to some folks wanted to watch the Briar and others wanted to watch, I think it's U.S.
Mixed doubles finals. Yeah.
Finals. And then I heard the words I don't think I'd ever hear. Who cares about the Briar?
Who cares about the Briar? It's going to be on all week. Who cares about the early Briar games versus the finals of mixed doubles, I think is the sentiment. Because I think everybody here cares about the Briar.
Anywho.
So Paul Mary on our feature sheet, sheet B here in the A finals, about to deliver his last for this end.
Second. Draw behind, or a bump. Maybe it's a bump.
Yeah, I would say it's a bump. Well, no, okay, he's going for the red. This is a hit. All right. And as I mentioned earlier, here's our first look at zooming in on one sheet. Well, they cleared it too. Oh, sorry, wrong sheet. Here's the sheet. So yellow got a little bit inside and is currently counting second. It is the Red Rocks of Team Riveron that have the hammer this end, so they have a draw for two.
So let's talk about that last shot decision, Paul Mary. So he went for...
He wanted to roll under.
Roll under?
Yeah, it overcurled on him.
But if it rolls under, he's not shot. So this
well, he could have rolled. He could have rolled full 8 and been shot, right?
Now, so it's a case of for Mario to bring red in and punch red and get two. I think there is.
Yeah, he can come down to his red there on the top of the 8 foot
and hit it on
count.
the right side. Punch the.
He's got to roll a little bit, yeah.
Existing red in full 8 foot, and then roll in himself and get his 2. Or the other shot is just a straight draw. And know the ice, so we'll know when he throws the rock from the weight. It's either going to be draw weight or a bump weight.
I think with this ice, he would need a lot of rotation for a draw. This is lick and bump all the way here. Again, if you don't like the view changes, there is another feed that has a view of all sheets all the time and will not change. This is the feed where we bounce, well, there is a feed. You might not necessarily be viewing this feed because this audio is going to both feeds, but...
I think that's a steal one. This has some
that's not
magic at the end. Nope.
It's not a steal, though.
Oh,
it's
it's
red one.
One red.
Yep.
Yeah, really nice shot by Mark.
So now all of our sheets are into the second end.
We're the official first end. So we had a little timing issue, folks. Have you seen that? We gave everyone an extra 15 minutes, and we just forgot to program it. The game started, so we've addressed that concern, and I think we're all set.
And I'll leave you in the hands of George Kitchen for a few minutes. I'll step away.
So you can see they're trying to get around this card. And I'm sorry, folks, I missed a 4 in sheet C.
Yeah. I almost changed my mind.
Got some age difference on the skips in sheet D. Dan Scheck versus the juniors. Fun one to watch. And over in sheet A, we've got two good friends, and Chris Berry and Christine. They throw together for several years. That'd be a fun one to watch as well. Little bragging rights on the line for either one.
Okay, guard or we can go here? You guard or go here?
We don't have hammer. Well, what do you want to do?
Split the house.
True? We can split, yeah.
It was a good decision. In B, Ed does not have hammer, has one open in the side of 4 foot. You can certainly split the house and play a conservative end, or you can try to get your steal with a nicely placed card here. And they've opted for the latter.
Here.
Which I think is probably what most skips would call. Splitting the house really early in the night.
Well, on it goes, on it.
Doesn't necessarily have that much merit. The guy's a little strong here, and Mario's going to get the other plan, whether he liked it or not. Red sitting to.
Paul Mary's asking for the nose hit with a little roll in front of that other red. If it hangs a little wide, the tick double's there.
Yeah, whoa.
This got a long way to curl.
Ends up getting the back one.
This could be a quick end. Bunch of hits coming
Yep.
up. Bank a little time. Nothing wrong with that. That is something for folks that are struggling a little bit with getting an 8-end game in. Is take one of the early ends and throw it into the house and play a hit game.
Yep.
You're going to take a 15, 16-minute end down to 8 or 9, and then you can bank that time for later, especially on curly ice. There's a lot of guards and a lot of draw behinds. Banking that time can make a difference. Especially when you're behind. You want to get your 8 ends in when you're behind.
Well, Team Riveron tried to pick that yellow out, but ended up taking out themselves in the process. So Palmieri with a chance to hit and stick.
Were you able to listen to some of Brian Sewell's commentary earlier today with, I guess it's the chat?
He was out of control. I was listening to it. I was sitting over watching Sheet A with a earbud in my ear listening to it. It was unhinged.
He had me laughing out loud.
Yeah.
I was a couple seats down, but I could overhear him. So that would have been what time, what draw would that?
10:45 draw, I think. Yeah.
Draw. If folks want to have a little humor in their curling day, go back and listen to Brian.
Brian does an excellent job. He did the commentary on a few streams. Him and Logan are a good pair, and him and Mike Lee also did a great job. And Joe Chapa was on the mic a while as well. Lots of good color commentary in this club.
The issue is they're all good curlers, so they have a better chance of making the finals like you and I, bud. So we'll just stick to taking the final each year. I'm half joking.
We are a part of the final. We can say that, right? We're participating in this final, right?
Fair enough. I make it to the finals every year.
Yeah, that's right. So, George, did you run into any of these teams this weekend?
Played Christine yesterday.
All right.
And she threw me to death.
Yeah.
I mean, we were doing fine. We were trying to play in a clean, open game and bring things in at the start of the end and just try to hit and survive. That went well through half. I think I was up 2 after 4.
Yes!
Yeah.
But then my
Yes!
4-footers turned into guards, so we were forced to play the drawing game in 5, 6, 7, and they came all the way back and beat us going away. Sometimes your strategy needs to be, what the other team, try to avoid what the other team is better at. If you can. How about yourself? I think Christine's
She's in the B final.
Yeah, I think that's the only team that is here.
Let's see. I played
Juniors, right?
both of the teams on sheet C. Sheck was my first game. We won that game. And then the Whitaker, the kids, we just had a loss too. I was looking at the draw all weekend, hoping to avoid the kids. I knew that was not going to be good for me.
Speaking of the juniors, one of the best boys, and I can't keep pardon, I apologize for that, but just made a beautiful run takeout.
I think that was Ryan Best.
Okay.
Yeah, the warm room is always against you when you're playing the kids. It's tough knowing that, looking at the glass and knowing that they all are rooting against you.
That's right.
It's a no-win scenario. You're the villain if you win, and but they are really great curlers.
Yeah.
Excited to see them progress.
Yeah, I love watching them. Back in my younger youth days, I grew up at the curling club and played in the juniors. Played when I was 15 and 16, playing in the competitive night against my dad. So I have fond memories of that, and I'm sure these kids are going to have the exact same when they get to be an old guy like me.
One or two of them are in the competitive league already.
Yeah. And that junior program will continue to grow. Monsignor Corbett at the helm of that, I believe.
Yep, Derek Corbett.
He's doing a great job. So
I think Mayrie also helps with that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's great.
I like tea.
And I think it's more than just those two. There's others, but it's been a while since I've been at the club with juniors practicing on Saturday. But I know there's a lot of support behind that program.
let's get back to some curling here. I think we've got in sheet C, I believe we've got a guard coming. Really important guard, because otherwise it's a double for 2 for red. Sheet D, fairly clean end, but it looks like red is drawing around. Back to sheet C, this looks like the perfect guard. That's really nice.
Really nice.
And B, we've got a clean end going, but Palmieri is sitting 2. And his hammer. So.
Yeah, Mario would like to hit and roll in front of that other yellow.
Yeah, get it over there. He's got 2 shots to do it, but it is looking like a 2 for yellow, but we'll see. And then in sheet B, or sorry, sheet A, the B final. Chris Berry's got what looks to be a corner freeze to the red. That's my guess. This rock back in sheet B. Looks like he's going to get a piece of it. No. Wow.
Did it over curl? I missed that shot.
Yeah.
Over curled.
No, it didn't curl enough.
Oh, it didn't curl enough.
And I don't know if it was wrong ice or it was a little wide, but either way. So now Mark will bring another in here, probably 8 foot the other way. And the idea here is the location should be in a manner where Mario doesn't have a place to hide. So my guess is that's going to be top 8 foot left side. Might even go all the way out to 12 foot.
4.
They're on it. Well, they like it now.
Where do you think it is?
That's really nice, right? So, the conversation here is:
do you mitigate the damage and basically concede a 3 with a hit, or do you try and freeze to something?
Yeah, I really like the freeze here because if you don't make the freeze, it's 4. It's only 1 point. But if you make the freeze, you can get all the way up to a steal.
That's true.
Or a 1. So each to their own, I suppose. But
I would agree.
I always say that you can't hit your way out of trouble. And there's a point where.
Yeah, maybe Mario thinks he can do both. He can hit and roll down to that back one.
Well, there's that too. But that's an awfully tough shot. But
yeah.
so's the freeze, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to freeze. If you just get in line,
yeah.
Maybe you can find some sort of
line up a jam.
Well, you line it up and at least make them pick it, right? And
this is hanging straight on him again here.
I think he's
dead straight. There it comes a little bit. He's got a piece of it, yep.
So it'll be free draw for 3, and he'll probably put some line to get backing on that back 8 foot. Yeah.
You've got 12 feet of margin here.
And if you're watching the Briar, they won't do that. A lot of times, they've got their 4 foot dialed in. They know the line in the practice sessions. So they'll just ignore any backing because why put a 4 and ice to it?
Yep.
And they just do their practice slides and their practice ice and go right to 4 foot. Here, we don't have the advantage of practices, so we typically try to throw a line that's going to have some backing.
Hammer away on sheet A. Chris Berry looking at a red counter if he's able to.
Front yellow, though.
Looks like a steal. Meanwhile, the draw on sheet B is on its way. Just has to touch some of the house, and that looks like plenty.
team lead, sir.
It was a steal on A.
Still on it.
So that puts Christine Allen's team up 3-0. On B, that's now 3-1 in favor of Team Palmieri.
Yeah, I know, but we got to get low.
On sheet C in our D final, which is the third place event,
No.
Team Miles has jumped out to a 5-0 lead after 2 ends.
In this plan B, better than the 2.
DiPiero's team has 2 red counters in lined up. And Miles has called a double takeout here. Wants to maybe just cross the nose a little bit, but that's just way over curling under their own guards. So DiPiero with a chance to put another, either a rock in the house or a guard. He's electing to draw another one in.
Top forward. Kills ample. Kills back line. Kills through.
We're on sheet D. The juniors are trying to bury in behind this corner guard, yellow. Seems to be looking really well, and he's sweeping another 1.5 feet. That's why you didn't want to play the juniors.
There it is. Those kids are good. They know what they're doing out there for sure.
Okay, line's okay. Probably.
That was a really nice shot.
From the left hack, they can see about half of it, so he is, Sheck is calling a hack weight takeout here.
Too early to hit, right? The front guards.
That's outside. Center guard probably.
Yeah, that's still lead. Give it a go.
This just doesn't work for us.
Come with some quiet weight, so you can maybe pop the yellow in and pop your own in. But
Let's do this here.
He's waving off the sweepers. I think it's wide.
I don't think that's
You wanna go here?
that kind of weight. They're trying, though.
Trying to knife it over. It might be light enough to get there. I think they'll touch it. Just missed.
I think that was just a little wide.
So interesting run back takeout on sheet C here.
Gotta go hard. Gotta go hard. Hard, hard, hard. No roll.
Wants to stay to the right of nose on this. Just over curled a little on him. But removed one of the reds, and they are now second counter.
Not much. A hair set.
So, is it red hammer?
It is red hammer.
Yeah, so I think I'd draw behind and not bump. Only reason is if you bump on an angle, you're going to open up the 4-foot. I think you draw behind.
Yeah, I agree,
What are your
especially since
thoughts?
that rock on the top of the house is a biter, so bumping your bumping rock is not in.
And that can get you an extra point later on, right?
Yep.
If it came to that.
Yep.
Christina, you got Barry?
But that's the beauty of the game. So many different ways to call.
Okay, you shot.
Nice draw behind on sheet B in our A final.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
Not going to hurt them in sheet C as a result of that.
Yeah, let's drop.
But up 5 now, the Nick's going to clear into them in front of the house.
Yep. It's a 5-point lead. Nick's not considering anything cute here. See red, hit red.
Clean.
Connie's rock only. Connie's rock only.
Hard, hard, hard.
Switch.
Lost the shooter on that one, but got rid of a red rock.
Yep.
On sheet B, that draw came up a little short, and there's another guard. So Mario says, let's put another one in. Put the pressure on.
Yeah.
It is Mario's hammer. Team River on.
Okay, go then.
On sheet D, the juniors are trying to curl another one around those guards. It looks like they've got it past the guard.
Gotta go, gotta go.
How deep is it? Nice shot in the top 8 foot.
Yeah, line. Okay, whoa, line's good. Close. Yes. Yes, line.
Probably too flat. Okay?
And on sheet B, that's just got it by the guard. That's a really nice sweep.
We do this. What do you want?
Great result.
When we make the double, we'll roll that way. They have not.
Already be in the spare bedroom if that had hit.
I just want to sit here. Yeah.
But that's Christina. I mean, you give her a draw behind, so she plays nice doubles, and she'll kill you at that second position with that draw weight that she's got. I've experienced it firsthand in Tuesday nights. She literally tore us apart just as a second.
Logan.
Because we're experiencing mixed doubles.
Nice job.
Now, let's see if she has wherewithal to be able to bring that down a little bit and get ourselves a guard. It's going to be a tough shot. That's the thing with curl, this ice pants and swinging is the placement of guards is exponentially difficult.
Yeah. On the feed here, Mario's almost off the camera with his broom out wide outside the house.
Yeah, let's go in. Line's tight. Yeah,
Man,
guard's
I
gone.
wanted to say something.
Yep, guard is gone. Yep, all the way in.
I'll keep quiet. Love you, Mario.
Okay.
And even with all that ice, they did rub on
Overcurled,
the
but
guard.
you know, again, the neck, right? So when you know it's overcurling and you see a stone that you can nick off, then that's your plan A. As soon
Yep.
as you get to that point, and you're sweeping to get there at the right, and
Yep. That's where communication between the sweepers and the skip on the weight is so important.
That's right. I missed one of those on David Mitten's shot in 5. Not that I remember this, but yeah, I went to sleep remembering the shot. He had a guard for us to be guarded fully with 3 in the rings. And it overcurled, and I just did not judge that off the rock, and actually was not able to guard the center, and Christine came straight through, and what should have been a really good run for us, I believe, was a steal for them. So yeah, it's the little things that matter in this game.
Unfortunate jam for Connie on Team Palmieri there on sheet B. Mario's struggling with this call because he's so well set up. What do I do here? He's wondering guard or come in behind. What do you like here, George? You're lying 3.
You need points.
Without hammer. Sorry, with hammer, right? Yeah, with hammer.
Well, I think the first question you have to ask yourself is, are you satisfied with 3? And if you're good with 3, then I think you put another corner guard up. Another guard. I would stagger the 2 guards, because if you don't, yellow's going to remove their own guard, some sort of a run back,
Yep.
and then get themselves out of the end. So I like this call.
He's calling him on it hard. Now off.
Okay.
Do it again.
I like it. Like if we ever get here, probably though. Turn this back.
All the way down to
let's run this back. All right, let's go. Firm. Lauren! All right, first start. We can try that, but we haven't done it yet. I like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, guys, whoa, it's deep.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Yeah, like that, Brian. I know. Try it again, right?
That's a tough one. That's how I think
The rule is you have to have one foot on. Someone was asking about that.
Sorry, folks. A little dinner discussion. One thing, you have the two organizers both playing around on a commentating screen. Some things need to get done around here, so sorry for that delay. Had two shots on B and C simultaneously.
less weight you think you
If I were at home, I'd be rewinding and watching them again. Dr. Kosakov is next to me. Maybe he saw what happened in C. Just one red, I see. What was the shot? Do you know? All right. Not the only one that's missing stuff. Mario now has. So if he likes the setup of these three, he may ignore all three of them, not put up a guard and actually draw around the yellow. But knowing Mark Palmieri's ability to hit doubles or even triples, this may be just a guard. And with that ice, I think it's a guard. But at the end of the day, Mario's certainly in great shape to maybe pick up 2 or 3. I think this guard's an awfully important shot here in this game. They're on it. They're saying 3, so they like the speed. Oh yeah, here they got a call. Here goes Di. Come on, Di. Come on, Di. Oh, you need some more. There it is. Great sweep. Good call. Very nice. So Jason's back here. So Jason, they're sitting 3 clustered with a nice draw. Okay, looks like maybe you can come around with speed and hit the and make a double. Can you stick?
Or do you draw?
Or do you draw? That's a good point. Boy, okay. That's a.
I
don't
had almost this identical situation in terms of they were counting 3 with hammer. I had 1 left. I chose to draw.
He's looking at bumping the yellow in.
Yeah, that's
See, I
another
think the
option.
issue with the swingy ice is I don't think that draw hits the 4 foot. I think that draw hits the 8 foot coming left and right. So I don't think you go through the right yellow hole, but maybe the left hole between yellow and red. And could you come in there? But that's not what they're calling.
Yeah. I think with that swingy ice, that's tough. That's precise, pretty precise, right?
This is just the same conversation.
This is also precise, though.
Yeah, this is the same conversation we had last end. Right? Do you come in and draw? If the draw's not there, it's 4, and Mark's a really good hitter, so he might like this promoting his own yellow. And is it a promotion or a hit? Looks more a hit than promotion.
Cool view here.
This might be really good.
Aye.
Aye.
So the same thing happened to Mark as it happened to me when I was in this situation, and the other skip had an open draw for 4. I elected to draw though, and my sweepers thought it was light, and they ended up dragging it through the back of the house.
So there's a mass of granite in here that you can draw down to. And
yep.
he overcurls. I think he pops the red in for his 4, so that's a plan B. I always talk to Kelly about A's and B's and C's. But you always want to be considering that. So he's out here. If it stays wide, you come into the granite.
Yep.
I think the curlers, the sweepers know that they got backing.
I think you about double your rotation on this throw. Keep it off. I think you want to keep it off your guard and get it into the pile. And I think the only way you do that is with extra rotation here on this swingy ice.
See, I think as soon as the sweepers give out some time, you know your A versus B almost immediately, right? Because if it is light, you're going to the plan B, promote all day. Let's see what happens. I'm seeing a hand up suggesting top 8. Is that what I heard? Or was that Christina?
I'm on the wrong sheet.
Just got to settle. Looks pretty good to me. That's 4 cherry.
That is a nice draw from Mario for 4.
4 burger.
The numbers and the final letters being different from the sheet numbers is really messing with my head. Switching here.
Couldn't mess it up anymore, right? B on A, A on B, D on C, and C on D. Perfect.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
What could be confusing with that? Any skip rocks coming up here? Maybe Dr. Joe, what's he throwing? Is he second on this team or he vice?
Vice. Or second. Okay, he's second. He is actually sparing for Billy, who had an obligation elsewhere, had to catch a flight. So Joe Chappa was called into service the prior draw.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So he has...
Billy's probably off to the All-American Rock Band finalists. Remember that?
A couple years ago, we had a rock band competition, and Billy...
Yeah, we didn't know we had like an Olympian in the building at Rock Band. So that didn't go as planned. Looks like our closest game is over on sheet A.
Yeah, these two curled together on Tuesday night, don't they?
That's what I was saying. You went around good friendship on sheet A.
They know
Probably a battle of bragging rights, although you probably neither one of them use it to their advantage, I don't think. But I'm sure they're going to have some fun.
Stay close.
probably Christine with more to lose than Chris in this game, him being the vice.
Well, what I do know is Christine would know what the numbers are. That's a really nice shot.
So checking in on our D final. Looks like the third end ended with a force. DiPiero scored 1. So it's back to a Miles hammer. And they are laying 2. So DiPiero has lined up maybe a double here. Go full view here to check on that double, and it is hanging out on them. And they crashed on their own guard, but did sputter into the house.
Yellow's looking really nice in this end, too.
Yeah, just like that.
So which one do you guard in sheet C? Or do you? Maybe you pop one back and sit 3 that way?
I think
Sure.
with the house as it is, they're wanting to raise their red into that yellow shot rock. So I think you guard that.
I think he's going to hit the red on the center side and sit 3 and being up.
This is the best outcome, but this is also risky.
Yep, a little dangerous.
Yep.
I just got it, though.
They're trying to hold it. Looks like he made it. Oh, not quite, actually. Replaced one yellow counter for another, but lined up a double.
Sometimes it's not such a bad shot, but a terrible outcome, because now it's yellow, double all day, and that's just the way some things go. Maybe they'll look back on that one later. We'll see if Chris is able to come back in this game. That might have been a pretty big call.
They want to about nose this. Looks like it's not going to get there. They did remove
It's not
one.
a bad result either, though, right? But I think, again, score dictates everything. I think I'm going red right here. Red. This? No. Okay.
Well, you want to, if you're going to play the quote-unquote split the house strategy, you want your second yellow counter to out-count any hit and roll under those reds. So you want to be touching probably some of the forefoot.
So, see, here's my thought. I'm going to disagree with Nick on this. So, say you go split the house and you're laying 2, right? What if he doesn't? Then red hits yellow. Red goes underneath 3 reds, and that's how red gets back in this game. I think I'm hitting that red into those reds all day.
Play the scoreboard. I think I agree.
This is got to be here. In fact, Chris might even ignore this. Is going to ignore this rock. Nick can come and talk to me later if he hears this commentary. But I would disagree with this call.
And also, Adric just threw a hit. So asking him to throw a perfect draw after that. But it did work out. They are a second counter. There is an opportunity to hit and roll and be shot for Chris. And that's what he's going to go for.
Yeah, I think you hit roll undercover.
Can't roll too far.
Nope, agreed. I don't think you want to be on the 2 on the. You want to be under cover of your guard. So it's not even. It's a rock. Roll it a rock to the right.
Yeah.
sheep D.
Yep. We're going for that double takeout. Had a jam, but removed one of them.
So back to Chris coming in here. Looks like it's nose, maybe a little in. No, nose, but nose isn't horrible. It's a good shot.
Yep, Miles definitely wants a roll here because if they trade nose hits, he will not be counting. Now roll in either direction, he'll take.
Yep. But if I'm up 4, I'm not liking those 2 reds in the 12-foot. Nothing you can do about it now.
They do have hammer.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to hit the roll on the right.
we're looking to avoid crooked numbers, right? So I think we play a clean game. Could have gotten rid of those rocks before now. Now you can avoid it. We'll probably get out of this, to be honest. Which is fine. Over in sheet B, they're having a conversation at midfield. Hi Kim, I'm Mario. Hi Mario. What do you think they're talking about here?
Let's take a look at sheet B here.
So I think the question is, do you run that red in? And if you run the red in, which one, right? I mean,
So
you could make an argument to run either one of them in. It looks like they're gonna run the top 12 rocket into the yellow. Maybe with that ice, I'm guessing hackish. Or maybe control. Depends on the bend. And I like this call because you run the other, there's a good chance you're running red into red.
my guess is this is board weight. Maybe down, maybe hack. Yeah, that's down weight. Yeah.
That's not even heavy guard. That's just draw weight.
Wow, that's a good result.
I was trying to hit that at an angle to get this little walk out of the way. Get over
The overhead. That is shot.
So what we're hearing, I hope folks did at home, but what Mario had called is that shot bumping in red, but he wanted to hit the red on the outside a little bit more so that that guard would be over guarding the other red, exposing the yellow.
Never draw?
And then he'd be sitting shot and have an opportunity to get that other yellow.
So Connie's going to try and pluck that red out of there.
Oh
Keep
boy.
the shooter.
Oh boy, this is looking
It's looking good.
really close.
Oh,
I think,
just picked up. I think that weight was really good. Just a little over curl on him.
and Mario loves that red being out of the way. So he's got an opportunity to come down and hit that yellow and roll underneath his red.
I love this.
Yeah, I like that too, Mario.
Yeah. Avoid a double if you.
Yeah, it's not the shots in the 4-foot he's concerned about. I think it's getting that rock under cover in the 8-foot.
Mario is up 2 without hammer, so removing a yellow is objective number 1, and getting a good roll is number 2.
Yeah, I love this shot. Really good call. And again, Mario loved that red guard being moved, exposing the yellow. It's got a curl.
Yeah, gotta go, yes.
Oh, it's got a curl.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's got lots of room.
Oh, yeah, they need to push. That's
Mine's a little tight.
No, actually, line's good.
Not the, yeah,
Not
here we
terrible.
go, right? That's a mistake on sweeping, but the result,
not bad.
not so bad.
Not
Same
bad.
shot and cover.
If you can just push this back here.
If we lose one right, that's fine.
Very
So we want to hit
very precise, weight-sensitive shot here coming up
This is
for
back
Connie.
line hit red into yellow.
I like this.
What I'm afraid of here is you're gonna put that red under cover, which is what Mario wants.
Got to move that red. What, about 8 inches for it not to be shot?
Gotta go one. Hard, Mac. Harder than Mac.
Oh, that's crashing on him.
I'd still be on this.
They're gonna get it, but it's gonna.
We're not on.
Yep. Okay, so
Be ready to
let
roll.
me go full view here.
Look at that.
It's yellow 1, and then it's close as to who is second shot. It might be yellow sitting 2, actually.
Yeah, I don't think at this point. I don't think it matters. Granite's still going to be moved here. What do you like? Corner freeze that yellow?
That line has been moving a ton.
So
If you can corner freeze, that's the best result, but do you just hit the open yellow?
So red's up 2, right?
Red is up 2. Without hammered, I think
Without hammered.
maybe you just hit the open yellow. And that's
Yeah,
what
but
Mario has decided to do.
Yeah. So isn't this an invitation for 2 yellow though?
You're conceding 2 yellow with this call.
Yeah, but if you corner freeze that yellow, you're not conceding anything. Maybe he's
Yeah.
leaving. Maybe he's leaving that for his last shot. They should know the ice. They just threw 3 or 4 rocks down that way.
That's
I
true.
don't know. That's Of course, you don't make the freeze. You bring 3 into play. But if you make the freeze, again, here we go again. I think it's the 3rd end in a row we've talked about this.
Yep. Checking in on our C final on sheet D. The youth team has hammer. What are they looking at? They're looking at 2 yellows. So Gracie is going to try to touch some of the forefoot here and take her 1. And on sheet B in our A final, the hit is on its way and it's going to roll out.
Here we go back with another decision, right? Do you pop that? Or do you split the house and exchange takeouts and get you 2?
And on sheet D, Grace did call the hit and roll. She rolled out, so it is a steal of 1. Now, was Palmieri drawing top 12, guarding Shot Rock with this ice call?
I think he's popping the red to the back and sitting yellow with the red behind it for a catcher. Which, in my opinion, this is an aggressive call.
This is aggressive.
And remember, he's down 2.
That's right. I think he's got to score multiple here.
Yeah. So he splits the house and he gets a safe 2, right? Exchange takeouts and get a safe 2, and he's tied 5-5.
Yep.
But the young man wants more. So he's going to come here and go yellow, bump that red, and see what Mario does.
Hope for a miss.
On a yellow
Yep.
double.
Well, I think he's going to be able to roll away and take, well, no.
Oh,
they're pushing.
That's
they
a
shouldn't
nice result. But
they didn't need to push at the end. Now there is a double.
Yeah, sometimes being aggressive is, it's a time and place for it. I'm not going to fault him for the call. He makes that shot. He 3's in play, but well, if we didn't have excitement, we now do.
For
Mr.
the
Palmieri
viewers at
decides
home, you didn't see off camera. Mr. Palmieri took a little spill on the carpet.
Boy, oh, day.
No.
Right in front of us.
I'm still living with the results of my fall yesterday.
That was hilarious.
I tell you, that hack came out of nowhere.
Oh my God, folks! I hope that's on camera. Seeing you in your little pink outfit and your tutu going down.
I just took it right on the
oh
tushy.
my God, I'm crying now, laughing. Hilarious.
I blame that fall for some of my lack of leg drive today on my loss to that youth team.
All right. Now Murray here, he wants to hit this on the right-hand side and get a little roll.
Mario, not Murray.
Oh, sorry. A little too much roll. Open draw for 2.
Yep.
Mark just stays on his feet. I'm expecting him to make this.
Close. Close. Are you started? Nice. Hard line. Hard line. Thanks, Lord. All the way. All the way. All the way. Hard line. Hard line. Give it a bump. Give it a bump. All the way through it.
All right, we'll stay here on sheet B for the 4-foot draw of Mark Palmieri. I like it.
Just needs full 8-foot.
When your sweepers are wanting to sweep but not sweeping, that usually is a good, means it's close.
They don't need to touch it, that's for sure. This might go out the back.
Don't even think about it.
That's very close. They might have to take a couple looks at that.
All right. Let's gamble, buddy.
I think it's yellow too. It's hard to, the camera angle's not in our favor here.
2 yellow.
Gotta go here.
We think.
What do you think?
Probably Spiel, but that's fine.
I saw Kim hold up a 1.
Or do you want to throw more?
I think it was a 1, yep. Connie held up a 1 as well. It is just a 1, just the force. So Mario with a 1-point lead into the 5th with
that might be an important shot.
Yes! 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 All the way, keep it going. Hard all the way. Hard all the way. Hard for anything. Come on, all the way.
Looks like we got a nice shot coming in sheet A.
No.
If you can get it past that guard.
No, just clicked it a little bit, but that's not a bad result. Because yellow can come in the red all day. What's Christine gonna do?
And whose hammer is it? It is Christine's
Red.
hammer.
I think you hit. Yeah. Ooh.
She's guarding.
Yeah, I get that call too, because if you hit this on the outside and yellow comes on the red, yellow's now sitting 2 in great position. And why hit the yellow on the left side? Because the yellow on the right side is his second shot. So I think a guard's a really good play. Although they could go all the way in and hit red on the yellow. What do you think of that? Which I think is the call. This is not guard. This is red into yellow.
Red into yellow, and if you roll behind the other yellow, I like that result.
Or even stay in place. This exchange. Oh, this might be a little wide the way that Christine's angling this. Uh-oh. Well,
I think this might, it's kind of an in-between shot there, huh?
Ooh, that's, well, I'm going to call that one not a bad throw, but a horrible result.
Yeah, I think that's the worst case scenario on the result.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I guess worst case would be raising the yellow into the red, but second to worst case.
Fair enough. I still think the call was red in the yellow, and I think that was this wide. Is my guess. Sheet B, we've got yellow in there nicely. And Di Hicks.
Yep.
Coming out with one of the...
Di missed a hit on her previous attempt, And Palmieri put one in the top 12. So now Dye with a chance for a double here. Sweepers are off it. It needs to curl a little bit. She'll get the top one. And keep the shooter around. Just biting. And Barry's team was able to make that red run back. So now it is 3 yellows in the house.
I'd like it to be 3-4. They want to throw the run again. Whoa! Lauren's rock only. Girl like all the others. John. I think on its own, actually.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it.
Well, there it goes. Let's go over, Colonel.
Close, yes.
Take a Milky Way.
Handle on it, Mac.
I did.
So Christine was able to remove one of those yellows, but lost the shooter. So Chris Berry will try to put up a center guard here and protect his shot stone. Without Hammer, he's playing hide the rock. He amended his call to a tight guard, or maybe even a top 12 biter.
Yeah, you gotta get this. But you gotta get this like right here. Yeah.
Back to our feature sheet. On sheet A, Mario has lined up a hit on that shot stone. Mario has Hammer in this end. An acceptable miss would be peeling that guard out, but he wants to get back to that shot stone. We'll go full screen to that. And they're trying to hold it off the guard. Looks very close. They just got it by. That is a beautiful shot from Christina Riveron. For those of you at home that don't know, the Team Riveron, their team name for the Spiel is Couples Therapy, because it is the Riverons, Christina and Mario, and Hicks, Kim and Di Hicks.
Whoa! Lauren!
Palmieri responds with a nice double takeout. Yeah, they got that red all the way out. That was a fantastic shot. Who was that? Was that Connie? That was a very nice double. So that Connie double takeout is also over buried on that yellow guard. So now Mario is thinking, let's open things up here, or maybe peel this guard out.
She was raised right. I don't think it's the same.
Really nice shot. Great sweep. Great sweep.
George just brought me a beer and brought himself one as well. George, what did you say to Steve to get him to pour yours that full?
I'm running this show.
Do you talk him into it, or does he do that for you?
No, I think he's kind.
Steve's a good guy. He was on my team this Spiel. He played lead for me and did an amazing job.
Yeah, that goes back to one of the missions of this Bonds Bills, for folks to make acquaintance with other folks, and Steve's on my list.
Not only that, but to have the more experienced teams and curlers invite some of the newer folks onto their team.
Yeah.
So Steve was a pickup from the singles list for me.
Yeah.
Didn't know what I was getting into, but I lucked into a good one. Steve did an amazing job this
I
weekend.
had the same experience with David Mittenson. I think I met David a couple of weeks into January. I think we're in the warm room one night. And I saw his name on the list, and it seems like a nice enough fella, and really good curler. He's just in his second or third year. I mean, worked out. So I'm looking forward to what's in the future for the club Spiel.
Yeah, sometimes you can read a name and know this is probably a pretty good curler. You just get a sense for the name on that.
Is that right?
That's what happened. It sounds like that's what happened to both of us. We picked a name off, and we just had a good feeling about it, right?
Yes, we're live. Hard, guys. Hurry. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Gotta go.
Oh, Adric's getting on the boys on the front end. Are they able to get this rock?
No.
No.
I think the weight was a little light. Anyway, that would have been top 12 or top 8.
Boy, is
rather.
that 2 or 3 red?
Aye.
I think it might have been 3. Boy, that is not. Oof. That's a ball game now, right?
Di Piero is back in this thing either way.
Never say never.
Where are we? All right, top 8's great.
That's a steal, correct?
It is a steal, and it is 3.
Yeah, I thought that
Wow.
might count. The big comeback is on.
Di Piero all the way down from 5 to nothing. Is up 6 to 5.
Speaking of comebacks, I think in Christine's game, it was 4-0 or 5-0, and then they never scored again. Christine scored the next 7+.
In the previous draw, yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah, there were
it's-
7 unanswered at one point. That's true.
Part of that explanation is Christine learning the ice as the game goes along, and again, the draw is always there.
And Christine is not going to get frazzled or discouraged if she's down early. She's very
True
experienced
story.
curler.
Yep, true story. All right, I got a shot coming in here from Kim Hicks on sheet B, our championship game. Now, I will say we talk about the perpetual plaque that we have. We're not gonna have all new names this year, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure Kim and Mario are on there before. Guess. Oh, took a little spell. Paul Mary's been on there. I'm sure he's on there. The rest, I'm not so sure. So, and I think with the new format of over and unders, I think we're going to see a lot of new names on the plaque, which is kind of the goal.
Absolutely.
So Mark's got a little quiet rock. This may curl on him. I don't know. Let's see.
It was over curling on.
Yeah, that
That's a
just
flash.
seemed like down weight to me. I can't imagine they were throwing hack at that.
That was probably bored. Probably needed to be.
Yeah,
more-
just with swingy ice on the outside, there's no reason to come down. In fact, you might even want to go up to normal, not come down.
I was looking at our plaque, speaking of the perpetual plaque earlier. We are into the 5th plate on that plaque, and that plaque will last us 30 years.
I'll be dead and buried.
Well, I hope not, George. I hope you're around to see that
But
the second plaque come in and replace the first.
Me too, but I may not be a member of the curling club in my late 80s. We'll see. But I'm happy to have my name on the plaque, and so I've accomplished. I've checked that box off.
It had me wondering what I think this club will look like 30 years from now. We're pressing hard up against the boundaries of our membership as it is.
Yep.
We're starting to add some unusual draw times. We've got a 6:30 a.m. draw on Tuesday or something like that.
That's a straight miss by Mario. Set for
Let's take a look at sheet D here. That is, red is counting 1, so needed to make that hit.
Yeah, I wonder is that. Yeah, just talking to Christine. I don't know if that was he was inside or he didn't. His weight looked fine, so is he inside?
Gotta go hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. It's almost like it's getting on the outside.
Let's see if Red can do a little better on this one than his last, and you would expect with his quality of play that this is going to be a much better shot. Still trying to turn.
It is really trying to go on him, but he'll keep his shooter around. Oh, a little jam on the back, but it is yellow. Yellow 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Job done.
Change hits, yellow gets 2, right?
It's a yellow hammer.
Like Howard, one of those like it feels like it's out there. All right. Jump on it too early and it doesn't bend, right? It's all part of it.
Fly with this if we can.
I like that with control. Just hold it out there the last minute. Trust it.
Right here.
Oh, I don't know. I had those two that ran, yeah?
You got it. Hard.
Great job.
Nice shot.
All of a sudden,
Well, I guess we're going to watch the Allen Berry game because Jason's not here and I have no idea how to do the technology of this. But it looks to me like Christine's just drawn to the other side and ignoring that rock, which usually it should mean it's her hammer. The score just went up 2 yellows, so yeah, ignore that rock. And actually, it's not T-line; they're going corner guard. So let's see what. Yeah, bump that up. 4-foot weight. Bump it up.
Line was great.
Classic start to an end.
Hey, Wall. Howard drop.
Yellow's up a few, so yellow comes into the house. I'd use my guess. And a little short. My guess is they were probably 4 foot. So Chris is now asking for the 4-foot bump. Although it looks like it's staying wide, and I think they're going to try to draw around. But, you know, either way, as long as you get there, right? So let's see. I think they need to get on this. Get on it. Get on it. I think they're leaving a double. Now, Christine, I think, is going to ignore this double. I don't know. Let's see.
Wait only.
Put the corner guard up. There you go. Put the corner guard up for a reason. So ignore that double.
Never gonna hurt it, guys. Yep.
And go underneath. I think it's right.
Yep. Whole way. Gotta go, guys. Hard. Hard. Go. Drag it. More of a control. I didn't feel like I had to stomp on that one.
And the corner guard's coming around. This looks really nice. Might have popped out the other side. If I'm Chris, I'm not touching that rock.
We got to guard it. How many are we sitting?
It's interesting. I mean, from the one camera angle, it looks like there's all sorts of room, but from the other, it looks like it's pretty about half buried. So.
where's it at? Behind you? Or?
Team meeting here.
Fine, I think.
So we tap it a little and like back line way?
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Is that enough?
Power drop.
Oh, I love Chris and Christine, but I prefer to have all 4. So Jason was kind enough to fix that for us. So we'll take a look around. We'll finish here with B final. And another great addition to the club is Chris, and he just, that rock came to a complete stop.
Max rock.
That rock went from 0 to 0 in 4 feet. That rock stopped. And now there's a line in the ice.
All the way. Never stop.
That's really unfortunate. All right, let's go around. So in sheet B, our A division A final, we've got Palmieri is up. Mario's hammer. And it looks like they're asking, what are they asking for here? Around the yellow. Over in sheet C, or D final, we've got a cluster.
A big old cluster. Let's take a look at that overhead.
There is,
wow.
Like, I want to go back 10 minutes and find out how they got to that.
How did that red get there? Maybe.
I mean, in a 6-5 game, how do we have 47 rocks in play? All right, in sheet D, or C final, Dan Scheck versus the juniors. Got a really close game. Usually 3-3 going into 6 usually means it's a good execution. Could be a little bit conservative play. But
Dan with hammer, ignoring that red in the house, and he's going to draw onto those triple stacked center guards.
Yeah, Nish is coming out. Good to see Nish. I hadn't seen him in a while. He's played, him and I played together and played in the same Wednesday night league back in the day. So it's one of the issues with the growth of the club is that you don't get to see some of your friends as often as you used to. So that's one of the beauties of seeing them in Bondsville.
Yeah, Dev's a great guy and a great curler.
Yeah.
Sheet C, they just missed a yellow run back that maybe nicked the shot stone.
Looked like C hit, 23 and a half of the 47 rocks. It looks a little nicer now, but still a mess. All right, let's focus in on sheet C. Let's have some fun here.
All right, so your DiPiero, you have come back from 5-0, and you have a 1-point lead without hammer. Yeah. You've got one completely buried.
Yeah, and I'm going to have some fun with Nick Miles after this game. Sorry, folks. But
I think you place a 2-guard.
These rocks in play.
Do you put a 2-guard?
Oh no, maybe you just bump that red in and come on, you're on a roll.
I think the only way you mess up this end is if you give them something to play off
That's
of.
Right. Well, yeah, if you hit the red on, I was being a little facetious, but if you hit the red the wrong way, you open it up and Bob's your uncle. So.
Yeah, and Karen's broom is she's calling for a 3-guard here, and that looks like it's gonna get what they want if it gets a finish here. Yep, that'll take away the pick out of.
Here's my question: can you come in? So this is one of those cases where you got nothing to lose, right? A steal of red isn't going to end the game, but yet if you can get rid of red, you can get 2 or 3 and take a really positive position. So I think this is where the boys are going to be thinking, let's be aggressive.
If you do that, that's okay.
And I had 2 of those last night, and unfortunately it was 2 steals for Christina because I wasn't able to make my hit for 3 or my hit for 4. But I'm not going to lie, I'd do it all over again. You're seeing the yellow and the red on the other side?
I see 2 shots. I think looking at the overhead view, I like raising that yellow in the top 4 foot into it, but looking at it from the hack view, it's overburied. So I think the shot they're lining up is the best option.
If you do hit yellow on the left side, I think red, yellow goes in the red, and red sticks around.
Red sticks around, but you might
get one.
You might get one.
Yeah, but we don't want one.
We don't want one.
No.
So we want the red in the right of the top 12.
I think
So
I said it
little
last
run
night.
back double.
This isn't the Olympics. We're going for 4. I think it was my exact quote on one of my shots.
How many would that be if they were able to get this out?
Yeah, it's just
It's
3. I think.
Yeah, it's 3.
But again, I think it's worth it.
Right,
Oh,
like you said, worst case scenario 1, right?
Yeah, it might be 2 because it
Well-
might be 2 yellow. Sorry, and the reason why is the red might come in, hit the red, and red goes back and gets that back catching yellow.
Or
The
red
back of
doesn't
4
roll out
foot,
enough
or
or
doesn't roll
something,
out.
yeah.
So I think there's a multiple of answers
They're
coming
saying
here.
whoa. I think they're flashing here. They went for it. It
Oh,
is just the red one.
It was worth it.
Yep,
I like the call.
I did too. So DiPiero has come back from 5-0 to lead 7-5 in the. They are now in the 6th or 7th. So after 6.
Maybe Chris and Christine have the same strategy, doing something because they both know how to come back in curling games for sure.
So with that steal, the number of ends is in DiPiero's favor because it is Miles Hammer in the 7th, and then Chris DiPiero will have Hammer in the 8th, assuming they hold serve.
And we're going to go back over
You
to
know what? We were talking about sheet C as if that was Hammer. There's 2 rocks. There's 2 rocks left to play. At least I was thinking it was Hammer.
No, I was thinking of the brisket that I could smell.
I had just caught a whiff of that myself.
Oh, boy.
This is a nice looking draw on B. They carried it a little deep to get it fully buried.
Believe it or
Team
not, it looks like you could probably
get to that
curl
back
to
one.
that yellow, but is that the right play?
That yellow or that red?
The yellow, draw down and put the yellow on top of the red.
Yes.
I think it's the right call because it's red's hammer. So you make this, it's a steal all day.
Yep. Or at worst, a force. The button will be available.
It looked a little tight from my angle. We got some enthusiastic sweeping here from the youngsters.
It might be on the top red.
They're
Nope.
all on the red.
Another fall on sheet C.
They're not weebles. It's little weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Sorry.
Curlers sometimes do fall down.
I think it's a Sunday, everybody's tired, fall down. So, we're going to ask for a hit and roll. And red's in really good shape if they make this. It's going to get exciting.
In a good spot to score 3 here. Down 1.
So do you recall the conversation we had about the clock? Where right now it says the end of, right now it's saying the end of 6, right? And I asked the question to Murray, I think it was, and, what's the chances of getting that more precise? And apparently we've got things coming to the curling club from a technology standpoint.
I don't think you and I have talked about this.
Yeah, that they're going to be making some fairly significant improvements to this area with the timing of the ice. And I'll leave it at that. But
I saw a version of that clock where it was color-coded. So every 2 rocks was a different color on the bottom. Something exciting apparently happened on sheet C. Maybe they almost got it out of there, but not quite. So it is a steal for DiPiero. So he's up 7-5 after 6. So Miles with Hammer here in the 7th needs to put up a bundle. Because then it will be DiPiero's hammer in the 8th.
Whoa!
And on sheet B, trying to remove that yellow, ran it back and jammed on one of their reds, but they are still lying 2. So Palmieri looking at the hit and roll under and try and force them to 1.
Nah, maybe not.
Worst case scenario, if he removes, keeps removing a red, would be a 2 for Team Riveron.
What's the call here? I'm kind of stepped away for a second. So is he going to hit red and roll under, or is it yellow red?
He's going to hit red and roll under,
Yeah.
I think. And then on sheet D, this is the last for the youth team here. Gracie Whitaker crashed on a... Oh, well, maybe that was the call to raise one in. I'm not sure, but it is 3rd shot. So it's not her. It is Team Sheck's hammer, and they'll have a draw.
Oh, beauty shot by Mark Palmieri.
Over and up.
That's really nice.
Got the perfect roll, didn't he?
That's nice.
So
More on the other side.
touch 4 foot for Team Riveron, or for Mario, to score 2 here.
It's first rock.
Oh, first rock.
Yeah.
I keep jumping ahead to the hammer. I get excited.
It's going to be really interesting. Let's say he comes around and leaves himself somewhat exposed, maybe left side of button. Would you go yellow, yellow, red, or you just hit and roll under? So I think
If red is here, Palmieri
probably hit
hits
that,
it.
roll
Yeah.
under. So but you want to be. So I think the call here is top 4. Top 4.
Well, top 4, you're not buried. Well, you could get half buried top 4, I guess. You don't hate back 4 here.
Do you like this, or do you want to just draw?
Yeah, but no. I guess I get a little splicing hairs, but I think you could probably be more than top 4, allowing yellow to hit red, and then red hits yellow and still get 2. So with all that being said, I think you draw all the way around everything.
Sweepers are not touching it. This might be heavy. It is heavy.
Okay, go hard.
Yeah. Is this yellow, yellow,
Yellow,
red coming?
yellow, red
I
is
think,
coming.
I think
Absolutely.
it is all day.
Continue going. Please.
Which yellow, yellow, red though? Probably the
Probably
center
the center.
line.
Yep.
Good draw though. Yellow, yellow, red guarantees your 1 if you make it. Guaranteed it's a force or a steal.
And with how tight the yellow and red are in the house,
Yeah.
there's some tolerance on where you hit that top yellow.
Yeah, you have to throw the yellow,
You can
red. 'Cause if
even nose it or left of nose.
If you draw, right? Say you draw, yellow draws, and then it's not the perfect draw.
It's a
then
hit for 2.
It's a 2 for red.
Yellow, yellow, red, or a miss on this yellow, yellow, red.
We're talking 3-point difference here, right? 2 red to a steal of 1.
If you, he is drawing though.
Excuse me. Yeah. Again, the beauty of curling. So many different ways to play the game. And who's right? Oh, me, of course, right?
Palmieri has excellent draw weight, 9 out of 10 times. I don't know if we've talked about how the rocks were sanded and what that
Did
means.
they look at the yellow, yellow, red?
They looked at it,
Did
yeah.
they? Okay. Well, it'd be interesting to have a conversation, but this looks
This looks like it's crashing.
well, it looks a little light.
It's definitely crashing. It might.
So full draw to the 4 foot for 2 red. Mark's not happy. It seems to be. Sometimes it's an indecision. You don't know which is the right call, and you go down to the hack with indecision. 9 out of 10 times you're not going to have a good result. So it could have been that. Too.
I know that feeling. After a result, thinking, well, if I was going to leave it that short, I might as well have tried the run.
Right. Exactly. Hindsight. All right. All right. Well, we got another fall. Non-serious fall.
Yep.
Just went on his butt in sheet D.
Nice draw on sheet C. Behind cover for shot Stone.
Try the run. What do you guys think?
GPRO's team continuing to put the pressure on Team Miles.
I'd be able to get it with like hack.
Back to sheet B.
How they doing
They're
here?
trying to hold this off the guard and get it to the forefoot. They got to drag it all the way.
All that
Need every
chat
inch
for
of
a
this.
red
Every
one.
inch of this,
Come
and
on,
it's a red
folks.
one.
Come on, folks. One red.
One red, so tie game after 6.
How they doing on time?
They're about half an end ahead of the clock. So
Half an end ahead. So
plenty on
yeah,
time.
and they should be fine, right, with the extra 15.
Yep. Sometimes knowing there's an extra 15 has you slowing down a little too much, but I think they'll be all right.
All right, let's go around the rink here. So in sheet A, yellow's kind of having their way now.
That'd be Team Barry.
Yeah, got steals in 5 and 6. So you would expect Chris to keep this very clean.
Yep.
And you would expect some serious guardage from Christine's team. Sheet B, we were all tied up, coming into lead rocks in 7, getting kind of excited, a slow crescendo. Sheet C, we have the D final, and looks like we may have another sign of 7 or 8 rocks in the house here.
I think we got 3 in the house.
And we're having fun. But in the score, it's 7 for red, and I think Chris is in my way, but I'm going to guess 5.
Yeah, again, Miles jumped out to 5-0 lead, and DiPiero has come all the way back from 5-0.
7 straight points.
Yeah,
And
7
then in
straight.
sheet D, we have yellow is up by 2.
Which is Team Sheck.
So Dan's up, and you would expect Dan. He's very good at strategy in the game. You would expect that, keeping it clean. So where are we headed next, bud?
Get here, guys.
Maybe sheet C.
Yes!
All right, we got to go here, guys. Got to go.
And I think they're looking at a yellow red is what they're looking at, but they're gonna hit and clear the guard, or put the guard in.
They cleared it.
They cleared it.
I still think it's here. Like, if you ever get it's the same deal, right? If you get half under in the 4, it's pretty good.
Get some commentary from Chris
Yep.
DiPiero
Was
here.
fine. He just weren't out of the broom. So.
So what was that? See, corner freezing, the front yellow. They're red,
On
right?
C,
Yeah.
I think he wants to come top 4 foot.
Go then. If it's less, you got to go. Lots of room here. Yep, gotta go. Lots of room still. Gotta go. Yep.
This, I think Karen's made a nice
This
curling
is looking
stone
pretty
right here.
good
Yep.
if they can carry it far enough.
Yeah.
It
And
might not quite get
there's
deep
the,
enough.
Yeah, there's the yellow on the other side, and that's fine. Again, no, we're not going to question Chris DiPiero's abilities to steal in this game. So that's a really nice outcome. I think you got to come yellow-red with the angle. I mean, you're clearing a rock, and you have a chance of getting rid of red.
Yep.
And you can sit 2 yellow here. I think this is the shot all day.
If it's heavy, we got this.
On our feature sheet,
We have a Connie may have, I don't know. Part of me thinking she injured herself, but then she started laughing, so
I didn't see it.
she stopped sweeping and she's giggling. So we'll leave it at that for now. Not exactly sure what happened there, but she certainly, yeah, she did hurt herself. Yeah.
I don't think mine are curling.
Looks like she's taking a moment.
It's like a thigh thing.
Stretching out the outside of her hip.
Yeah. One thing I learned in the Bondsville is you set up your bye weeks so you don't have to curl on Monday night. Oops. Because, I mean, we just played 3 games and then my thighs are just killing me today. Of course, I have an excuse, Connie. I got you by 20 years.
Well, imagine if you'd had the sweep this weekend.
Well, oh, sorry.
TNT plus.
Oops, good point. Yeah, I think I need to be quiet on that.
Yeah,
point,
I always bite my tongue about how tired I am as a skip. I don't want to be complaining to the people sweeping all weekend.
That's a good point. I'll have to remember that. Oops.
Connie.
So all tied up, we got yellow taking control of the front of this house in sheet B, which, oh, that's a beauty. Except for it just
Yeah, a little heavy.
Yeah, well, it overcurled a little bit, so it's open. You tuck this, yeah, you hit and roll underneath red, and the way those 2 yellows are staggered, the angles are terrible for yellow. So this is a really important shot here by Christina.
Still a lot of rocks to play in the seventh end, but let me ask you.
Oh, this thing is, this is on yellow from the get-go. That's really, really strange. Like, from the moment she let that go, it was, I don't know if it was narrow or
Must
caught
have been.
something. But, yeah.
If you had to choose, down 1 with hammer in the 8th or up 1 without.
I love to steal. I can't get a handle on having hammer. Hammer trying to get 2.
So you like up 1 without hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna junk everything up. I'm gonna try for my steal, and maybe they get their 1, and we'll play an extra end. And chances are, if I'm all junked up, I'm throwing guards on, or I'm throwing draws on my last 2 shots. And hopefully that helps out in the extra on the skip rock. But yeah, I just, the way the game has changed, our Tuesday team continues to figure out ways to get 2. I just, the way the strategy is played, I can't get confident with corner guard drawing behind, and next thing you know, you're looking at having to make a double or triple to get back into the end, and that's where we are on Tuesday night too. Maybe I shouldn't share all that. But I'm sure I'm not the only one trying to find the right way to get to hammer and feeling more comfortable without.
And go. Hard.
I bet you ask 10 skips, you're going to get 10 different answers to that.
It's probably true.
Because some are going to just demand to have hammer regardless, right? Because they're in control of the game. They feel they have the hammer. But right now, that's not where my mindset is. Not given the scenario you gave me.
That draw for Team Miles went a little deep, but they are still counting 3 over on sheet C in our D final.
Beauty shot by Kim Hicks and sheet B.
Right on the pin.
Yeah, he hit and rolled under. So board
weight
would mean you want to hit that front red and stick around in the corner and be sitting 3. It's a big shot too.
He must think this line's pretty straight. Not a lot of ice.
I have a feeling this is down weight is the issue.
I think they're going to be hitting the wrong side of this if they're able to touch any of it.
Yeah, that's not enough. Not enough weight.
Well, they hit it not quite thin enough.
It's not terrible because you still got your 3 yellow in there, right?
How many rocks are left? Let's see, 3. 3 reds and 3 or 4 yellow.
Mario, you need another red one in there. Yeah. That solo red up against 3 yellow with yellow hammer. Yeah, I'd be a little nervous. Yeah, bring another one in.
Checking in on the youth on sheet D. This is looking like...
Is that the Dan check?
Fairly nice draw here.
Sheet D.
They're trying to get it back to that yellow. Bump it back a little bit, and now they are counting 2. That was a nice shot. So it is red hammer.
Yeah, well, that was a really nice shot.
Dan's got 1 rock left this end. Wants to draw down to that shot stone.
Where are we now?
Sheet D.
Yeah. I mean, well, Gracie, was it Gracie here who shot that, or was it?
It was Gracie's first.
Yeah,
she has hammer. Yep.
Yeah. So they
she bumped that yellow back just enough to be counting 2 to bring that top red into counting.
And I'm going to put Dan in the same category with Christine.
If we can just cross
as far as drawing, so not to put any pressure on you, Dan, but I'm expecting you to make this.
Yes, line! Yes, line!
Oh, they got a line issue.
Hard line! Yes! Hard!
So this was not a draw. They were hitting. I think this is hit. Yeah, that's hit weight.
Hurry, guys. Hurry!
Boy.
Oh, they got it by.
Oh, Dan Shack with a beauty.
Well, that rolled open, though.
Yeah, but that's still, I mean, boy, they had no choice but to sweep at that from the get-go.
There is a shot for 3. And that would bring the youth team back into the lead here in the 7th.
A great shot by Dan. May not show up on the scoreboard anyway, because this still could be what
a hit for 3.
Is it for 3?
Yep.
Oh. And we got a ball game, right? This yellow's up by 2, so here we go.
It's the 7th end, so
it'll be your scenario, right? It'll be Dan with hammer down 1 versus Gracie, up 1 without hammer.
Yep.
Maybe I should go have a conversation with Gracie for a couple minutes, see what her thoughts are on your question that you asked earlier.
If only that were allowed. Ryan is yelling hard line.
He's looking disappointed, so I think this is on the yellow.
Yeah, they don't want to raise that in the counting.
You don't want to raise the yellow in.
That weight was never there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we didn't get that.
All right, so they're now down 3 with Hammer in the 8th.
Pretty close. How's the weight? Line 3. I think so.
Back to our feature sheet. Draw coming in. Gotta stay second, they're saying. That's carrying a little deep.
Barely. Yeah, I think
They
that's
are
too
barely
red.
second,
Yeah.
yep.
No, Christina was right to yell.
Yep.
Kim Hicks, don't you touch that
Don't
rock.
touch it.
That's what you want. You want your front end to be as involved in the game and the strategies and the weight calls.
Communication.
And everything involved in the game. Yeah, it takes 4 people to be a good curling team. So good job, Christina. A couple brushes from Kim could have changed that. So what's the call here?
I was just about to say the same. What's the call?
I think it's a yellow hit and roll over.
Hit and roll. Hit and roll to the side of the 4-foot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard call here. That'll put some pressure on Mario for sure, right?
Palmieri's Hammer lining up his first of 2. Must be a pretty straight line here down the center.
Yeah, you got to get the roll here. Because if you over curl, not only are you going to leave it open, you're also probably going to jam red on yellow at the back.
He's over curling on him. He's not going to get the roll.
Oh, I don't. You think? Yeah. There goes the back one. Not that the back
Didn't
one
care
really
about
matters,
the back one.
but
He wanted the roll more than anything else.
Who
there.
can execute better than the other is what we're talking about right now, right? Hitting is not enough. That's what got them here. I'm sure they weren't nose hitting when they were rolling undercover to get here. What do they have to win? 4 games to get to today? Is that right?
I'm not sure. 4 or
So
5.
5 to win the whole thing?
I think it's 5 to win the whole thing in the A. Yeah.
So yeah, nose isn't going to do it most of the time. Not to get to this point. So. Yeah, and I think I understand this. This is like Mario just said, nose hit, but great, we gotta get undercover, and I get that because if you want to get rid of the rock, right? That's the key here.
Yeah, then it's a force.
Right. So get rid of the rock. That's got to be on your mind first. Then the roll is the second.
Yep.
This looks like it's got a roll coming.
This might have a good roll here. It might have a great roll.
Really
nice.
nice.
Really nice roll. Wow.
Very nice.
That's a pretty close to perfect. So Palmieri left with either a draw or a run back for 1.
Run back
Do you ever try the run back double for 3? 3 or 4?
Maybe 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're up against 2. So it's a little different, right? Not what we were talking before. It's do you try these wilder shots against 1? I think you do all day. But this is against 2. What I think.
Giving up a steal of 1 is not the end of the world. Giving up 2 is pretty bad.
Yeah. I think I'm drawing.
Yep.
And that's not normal for me. I'm more of a risk taker. But I think in this case, I think the draw is the right call.
2 ends ago, Palmieri elected to draw when faced with a similar do I hit or do I draw. Now he's lining up the hit.
Yeah, we're still going to talk about that. I'll try to remind myself to talk to Mark about that decision-making call in 6.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Well, I don't think this is draw ice, my friend. I think this is yellow, red, red, and I'm going to disagree with Mark again. I don't think I like this call.
I think you've convinced me. I think
Against one, maybe, but not against two. We'll see. This is a really hard call. Or no, sorry, really hard shot.
he makes this. It's just about a stranglehold on the win.
No,
here.
and I get that too, but what are your chances of making this shot? That's what Mark's got to be thinking.
You got to ask yourself, do you feel lucky?
This looks really nice.
It's close.
Though.
It's close. Okay, so he got away with the steal of one.
Just curled at the end. Just curled at the end.
Got away with it.
Oh boy, oh day.
So down one with hammer is Team Palmieri into the 8th. Avoided disaster by at least removing one of those.
You know what? Okay.
She did do most of it.
I did most of it. She did most of it. I did. What are we doing?
Keep it open. I think so. Yeah. Start that way. Let's play this. Tight 3. Yep. Hallway. Hallway hard.
Checking in on sheet C here.
Yep.
So we have a
We have
B.
a final on it.
Yeah.
We missed the B
Yeah,
final.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Chris Berry is our B final champs.
you're right.
So congratulations to them. And honorable mention to Christine's team. They got us last night. Getting to Sunday and being piped on is always good. So good job both teams.
So for those at home that don't know, the path to the B final is you lose your first game and then you win out the rest of the way. I echo George and congratulating Chris Berry on that win.
Now we got to be quick on our feet, my friend, because we got 3 games coming down approximately at the same time. I guess we got D going first. So why don't we? Is it D? Yeah, I think it's. C and D are going on kind of at the same time. I think these are vice throws. And we'll come back to B, folks, because, well, we do have an empty house. So.
Take a look at the overhead of
Yeah,
sheet
yellow
C for a minute.
Yeah, yellow's sitting 3, which is really grand for Nick Miles, but you got a boatload in the front.
Wow, so Nick scored a 3 in the 7th that we missed.
Looks hot.
So here we go with that scenario again. Which one do you want to be, right? I want to be down 1 with hammer, which is what Chris DiPiero is.
I've been asking this question all weekend, and I think I want...
Oh, she's a little light, and this has been the play all weekend. When you're a little light, you're coming into the center.
Might be okay.
Oh, it got through.
Might be okay, yeah.
Oh, I didn't have the
That's
right
a
angle.
great
Sorry, folks.
shot.
Nice shot. Now you got a hack weight hit this, or do you clear? You can't clear 5 rocks.
From the left hack, that is fully buried.
Yeah, you can clear 2 rocks easy though, right? You hit the red on the little off a nose, and I think your shooter and the red and the yellow go away.
They're thinking.
Yeah, I think
drawing down to it is what they called.
Yeah.
Up 1, but then you're playing for some skip stones almost.
I think I'm clearing a couple rocks. Sorry, Nick, I'm disagreeing with you again, my friend.
Well, you notice that red, yellow.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
You're replacing. You're still sitting a guard there.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me rethink this. Yellow's up 1.
Yeah. So they're thinking draw down. Maybe a setup shot for later. the 3-panel view here.
Can you put it in one place so I can tell you which way to move
There was a footprint in the way. What the fuck do you want me to do?
Whoa, here we go, folks. The boys are getting a little tired out there. So if you got that on the mics, we'll carry on. So yellow, this is, I don't know what this is. So that's, yeah, that's, yeah. That's what happens. I mean, it's similar to when you think there's two different shots and you're uncommitted. I mean, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to make a good rock. So I think that's what's going on here. Is the two of them had something going on. Not sure what it was. But
Sheet D, this looks. Almost was able to corner on the right side of it, over curled a little bit. But yellow up 3, not a bad result. So the youth needing to score 3 here in the 8th on sheet D.
okay, well, Chris is going in a hack here at C. Let's quickly go to B. We're on second shots.
I kind of want to do this.
We've got
behind the tee.
yellow Palmieri with hammer down 1.
Just when I see you draw, just give me back 4. If you're short, it's okay.
He wants to pop the yellow to the
I think so.
back, and the freeze is perfectly fine, I think is the call here.
I heard him say back 4 wait, so I think he just wants to sit on the yellow.
Oh, but, yeah. That's
Yes.
got a, they think that's got a curl bunch.
Got a shot on D going off at the same time. And C, 3 simultaneous shots.
Yeah, for weight. Yes, for weight.
And
Wow.
Chris is all of a sudden in some trouble, even though he's red buried 1. So what you're doing is a skip, i.e. Nick Miles right now, is how's red getting in? Right? So how, I don't think you can clear both ways, so which way is the right way for you? At the same time, you want to eliminate the scoring zone, so I think you maybe.
I think if you chip the outside of it, you can get there. It's the only chance you have.
I don't know. I think I'm drawing down to the front of red. And freeze.
That was the call, the last shot that was
but
way light.
Something was off on that last. That's a nice rock there in sheet B.
We just threw this. Control. We just threw this last time.
You got to hit like a third.
Mario lining up the double on sheet B.
I just don't think anything else is going to finish enough to get.
Yep.
No, I think this would. I think this would,
Yep.
but we don't know it.
Hard.
I don't feel like, all right, let's try it. Back there, back line. I don't want to go too far. Yeah, you really.
Great double from Mario's team on sheet B.
Just hit it.
We're going to lose, like, I mean, this is weight in this. This is freaking out.
A lot of discussion going on in sheet C. I'm going to throw my 2 cents in because I always do. I think I'm going to, let's see, it's yellow, right? And red hammer? Yeah.
Right, yellow's up 1, it's red, it's a deep yellow hammer.
I like freeze into the red. That's my call. You?
Sheet B here, we've got a hit and roll.
I'm corner freezing here and making DiPiero draw
This is the one that kind of goes, right?
to the button basically to win the game.
I think with this ice, Miles is calling like a hack weight takeout.
Yeah. And this is how you lose the game.
Yeah, this is how you lose the game, but
or win the game.
the freeze is essentially conceding skip stones.
I agree with that. All right. Yeah, there's time to take your punishment. He could have came around the other way and gotten a 4-foot, couldn't he have?
They're saying, whoa. Curl. Trying to push it. Now whoa. Now curl. Now curl.
Oh, it's red, yellow.
Red,
yellow. Red,
race.
yellow. Oh.
That's just about the same as corner freezing, though. Good result.
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
They would have liked it to have carried it to shot stone, but
no, I think
not a bad result.
I think I'm going to agree with, no, I'm going to disagree.
Well, can Chris...
But Nick was right and I was wrong. I think that was the right call because he makes that a little bit better. He actually gets the win.
Yeah.
Versus my corner freeze was only for the skips or extra.
I will admit, I never looked at that shot.
Yeah. No, good job, Nick.
So Chris cannot bump his red and be 1 and 2. So what do you do here if you're Chris? We'll go back to and show sheet B here for a minute.
Stop. See, there's a time to sweep and a time not to sweep, right? So, and that's not on Lauren. That's on the skip. So sheet B, folks. So we got yellow with hammer down 1. So Palmieri down 1. I think if I'm Mario, I'm certainly hitting that yellow and rolling away. Yeah, I think
you gotta hit the yellow. No other choice.
I think you hit the. Well, you could freeze to the red, have some fun, but I think the call is hit and roll away. But again, the number 1 point is get rid of yellow, and then able to. A little roll to the outside would be okay.
Well, if you were able to walk a stone down and place it, I think you put it biting top 4 on the right side of top 4. But you're not able to do that, so I think the safe call here is hitting the yellow out.
Yeah.
We have the tie right now.
So sheet D.
Yeah, you gotta. It's a huge shot, right? So you make this even. Yeah.
Okay, sheet C, our D final. That shot is on its way.
All right.
What's the call here? Running the red back?
Hey, if you can do it, we can do it better. But I don't think it's curling enough. Oh, could it hit on the outside of yellow?
No.
Okay. Well, we get an extra red.
Oh,
Joe
right.
Gar's loving the fact of sparing this weekend, and he's exhausted and wants off the ice. But they're going to play one more.
You know, I said a few minutes ago it's conceding skip stones, but that's not accurate. That is an extra end here in the finals.
Yeah. And back to our championship game, I expect Mario to make that, and he did. So yellow. I think you draw to that pocket, don't you?
This is Mark's first. He's got hammer.
And I love this goal.
This is definitely the ice for the draw to the pocket.
This is I love this goal. We're here to play. You can exchange hits and get you 1 and then be down 1 in the extra, but I love this goal.
Update on sheet D. It is Team Sheck did steal 1 in the 7th, so the kids with hammer in the 8th needing 3. Mark's rock here on our feature sheet on the way. Drawing down to sit basically in the right between these reds.
Yeah, the line is way more important than the weight. You do not want to bump this rock very much.
It is really moving on him.
Oh, that's a beauty. That is a
Do this.
that is a beauty. That
Really
is an
nice.
absolute beauty.
Really nice.
Let's do it. We all agree we don't hate.
I think you freeze on top of this. He looks to be talking bump, but I think you freeze here, don't you?
So you're red. You're up one with hammer. You absolutely freeze. You can't hit it. It jams most likely on one of your reds. You got to freeze to it.
Let's go to the warm room. I got a really fantastic curler here we're going to ask. It would be Murray's son-in-law.
Right throw here. I think we come the same way though. We just know it.
As long as I'm in this area, it's going to
Like a 2, yeah.
I think I just draw in. I'd love to do those. Actually, enough space. But get a here.
We're kind of wide.
We went to the Steelers fan, and he came in an agreement, so that's why we stick together as family. So we love the freeze here. The question is, oh, I don't like that. Don't you be pointing at a double. You don't want to go freezing the red. You got it. Yeah, Chris, listen to Christina. You got to be on the yellow, not the red. Yeah. You have to be on the yellow. I'm loving this. I'm loving this sheet B right now. This is some good stuff.
Well, we're still early in the end on sheet B, but it is an upcoming hammer on sheet D. The youth team, they are second and fourth, needing 3.
Right, so now back to B here. So there's a tendency for a lot of folks to overthrow this rock because you feel like that you've got backing and you can bump and it's not going to be the end of the world. But to be honest, I mean, you really can't be bumping these rocks too much.
Yep.
You can afford to a little bit as long as your red is stacked on top of yellow.
You almost have to picture an open house and just think
It's got to
T-line weight.
It's got to curl.
Gotta go.
This has got to curl, or this is
It's
going to be
heavy.
on the red.
It's
This
on the
is-
red all
Oh,
day.
it's going to be a double.
It's on the red all
An
day.
open hit.
Ugh.
Shoot. Just too much weight. Wouldn't curl. Shoot.
Open hit for 2 for Palmieri. Makes it for the win. Rolls out for the extra end.
So the last guy that shows up for the Piper gets to win this thing? Is that how
Last
this,
sheet,
is
last
that,
throw
is
on
that,
sheet
is
D
that how
here.
this is going to work out?
I think that's a Team Sheck, Dan Sheck win there on D.
If we replace this, we
Great
run-
showing from the youth team.
And then this is
Knocked me out a few hours ago.
I think we're going for like top 8.
Sounding a little bitter, my friend.
I'm not going to wake up at 2 a.m. and think about that shot I missed in the 4th end. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. While we're waiting on our takeout, what do we have here? We have seconds, I think, throwing in our extra end.
Check in on that D final on sheet C here.
So just a little point of interest, if anybody's seeing this, is you could afford to be over curl a little bit, because if you do and you split red, yellow hits red, red goes away, but you don't want to be on the outside, which is what they are. Yeah, really close, and there's the win.
That's a
Boy, oh,
Palmieri.
dang.
So Mark Palmieri's team is your A event and Spiel winner for the 5th annual Triangle Club Spiel. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them. That was a really good game.
A great game.
Really good game.
Really great showing all weekend from Team River on. They came from a pretty big deficit a few games ago and really
looking back, if Mario gets that rock to come over a little bit more, it would have been really interesting to see what Mark would have done. But
great A final.
Yeah.
Well done to both teams.
We can pop over to our D final and finish that one up.
I think we got to run it. Yeah. Yep. Nose.
Our D final is all that's left. So it's this view from here on out. Let me switch over to our non-feed changing, or view changing feed, and give them a better view as well.
Easy. Yes.
Really, really nice shot.
Beauty.
From Team Miles.
Yeah, beauty. That's really nice.
With hammer here on the extra end, laying one. Fully buried, over buried a little bit.
Yeah.
Chris thinks the curl's there to get to shot, and I think he's right. Absolutely.
It looks like you can come the other way even easier, to be honest, but you know, it's not like we know all the ices. So let's see.
So Karen, Chris's wife, letting go of her second. It is hanging out wide.
I mean, if we throw that the right way, it's pretty good.
So if you're Miles, you guard that same line that they just tried?
Well, I mean,
or you put another one in?
You like this way? Whichever you like, actually. I think we go this way.
Hey. I think I like 8 foot.
8 is perfect.
Yeah. There you go. Just said it.
So
the reason for the 8 foot is because if they ever get you, at least you've got the 8 for your line too, right? So. And then he said top 12, which is i.e. I think in skip code, don't be heavy.
Well, what's the difference here needing one to win with top 8 and a guard?
Let it come down.
Say that again.
Clean.
What advantage does top 8 have over a guard out of the house?
Well, they come down the other way and they're able to skip that yellow out, and the red rolls out. You're still setting shot. This coming in.
So they want to drag that as far as they can. Drag that as far as they can.
Really nice shot.
Really great.
I mean, you might still be able to grab enough of the back.
Oh, so they don't like the other side of the ice at all.
Like, you put it right there, it's great. Otherwise, we got to.
Chris still believes they can get to shot with the draw here.
Yeah, well, you can't clear it at this point, right? I mean, you don't want it. You got to outdraw. That's the game right now.
So the second for Karen, Vice Stones. Skip Stones to follow.
Mine's about the same as the last one.
Okay, line's the same, and that's fine. If it's a little less weight, then it's going to curl in nice. Oh, and here it comes. Oh no, I don't think Joe should be sweeping.
No, he shouldn't be.
I think
he should be not on the inside.
It's light, unless they think it's light. And here it comes. Here it comes. Leave it up high. Leave it up high.
I don't hate it though. It's a bad spot.
Yeah.
So that's a setup shot. So now Miles will want to guard that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean for them to stop sweeping, of course, right? They come another 1.5 their shot. But if it's going to be anywhere, you want it up high.
I didn't, on this side at least.
I think you come in the other way, top 4.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's fine. You know, there's not really any kind of here. So
you come in the other way, the top 4, that tap,
or middle
that red tap is still there for the win.
That's a really hard shot.
It is, but
Which
I think
is harder, the guard coming, or sorry, the draw coming in from right to left, or the tap up left to right? So they're
well,
saying
what's more makeable for Team Miles, the guard or the draw to full four, or even grabbing a piece of the button? I think the guard. I think if I was Miles, I called the same shot. I think it's the more conservative of the two.
I don't expect a lot of weight on this, but boy, oh day, they're not sweeping it. The
Right,
last thing you want to do is be bumping red.
That's worst case scenario.
And
They're
now
calling
he's
the inside
sweeping
sweeper
it,
on.
so yeah. No, this is really nice weight,
Will
isn't it? Oh no!
They lined it up
So that-
perfect. They lined it up though. That's a loaded gun, as they say. Any
You think that's
1 foot tap on the yellow is a game winner for.
Whoa, hang on. Are you
Well, that's-
bumping or hitting?
We can probably a little tighter.
Your nose bumping.
You're bumping.
Your nose bumping, right? Because then the
Yeah, nose bump, yellow.
red goes fully
yeah,
buried.
Yeah. That yellow guard just made the red shot easier.
I think you'd rather have not thrown that than had ended up there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to say coming to the hack, this thing doesn't come close to the house, but you expect something light.
Yeah, I think you wanted to target a one guard rather than flirt with being anywhere near this red if you're Team Miles. But a chance for DiPiero here to essentially win the game on his first here.
And the thought is when you're in the hack, those two rocks are not there. This is strictly a draw to the 4 foot. Don't get more complex than that.
Well, it's got to be T-line. You need to move at a full foot.
Yeah, draw to 4 foot. These rocks are not there.
It is
and let the
hanging out
there.
way wide. But never underestimate the curl this weekend, although that's a bit too much. So another chance for Team Miles to guard this, and they will want to be as high as possible on that path to make that tap up impossible, which would force probably DiPiero will always have the other side.
I agree. The other side looks enticing to me.
But you have to guard that. That's the easier shot,
Yeah.
obviously, to guard on that tap up.
Because you can afford to be a little heavy. You can afford to be off your line a little bit. You're absolutely right. But
DiPiero is always going to have a shot here, but
Yeah.
you've got to take this easy one away,
I agree.
especially the one he just had a look at.
It's great. What's the problem with here? If it's really heavy, can't leave the side of that exposed.
Adric talking through some plan B scenarios.
Yeah, if it's a little heavy, yeah, I agree. Pop up the yellow.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a great result.
Right, because the red's going to.
If you get it in the path of that red bump up, yep.
Right. Sorry, the yellow would be in front of the yellow red and probably throw the angles off.
Would have to be pretty heavy, because I would hope he was throwing like a 2 guard.
And here we
weight.
go. We got an all there
We got a
call.
all there and a hands up from the sweepers.
Yeah.
But now they're on it,
Don't park straight.
Well, I think this is an
holding it straight.
angle call, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, no, keep coming.
Over and up. Nope. Keep
Okay.
coming, says Adric.
Shut.
Whoa, says Nick.
Yeah. Let it
And
stop. Very nice. You got to draw.
that does it. So that forces Chris to draw
no,
around the other side. The
well-
side he's been avoiding all in. Well, he's still avoiding that side.
He still thinks he can come around, and to be honest, he's probably right.
Uh,
Although, I don't know.
That's tough.
We haven't been watching the end, so we don't know what the ice is like the other side, but it's got to be swinging.
It's got to be better than this.
Probably be tighter if we throw a bit, right? But the question is, like, if we
Li-
just get right here, right? Like, and it's coming here, and we just hope it jams out.
Here we go to the warm room again.
Yeah, I like that.
Who are we going to call on?
Back line?
You don't like the other side, Chris? You like the other side with that?
Oh, like coming that way and just coming to it? I don't know, maybe.
His front end might be talking him into the other side.
Let's run the yellow that they just threw.
Well, now he's talking about running.
Come up to it.
Now he's talking about yellow, yellow, red, running that highish two guard. He likes that better than the draw around the other side.
Get this nose and get a piece of that same nail.
It must just not be curling in that other way.
Our new skip, JD, agrees. Draw the other way. Good call, JD. I think you're right. But, hey, we haven't been playing the game, so we don't know the ice. But from the monitor, it really looks like it's a, I mean,
well, he is coming from the left hack, so that's overburied. But
the fact he's not even
considering
to that side makes you think that the ice is.
All right, we're doing some lip reading with Joe here, a front end player.
Yeah. Joe's having a little fun. He's got no stake in this. I'm just sparing. I just sweep.
He's just happy to be
So
involved.
this is yellow, yellow, red versus a draw around on the other side. And again, we weren't playing the game, so we don't know the ice. So we'll see. He certainly should know the ice on this side, right? Because they've been down here 3 or 4 times. Can you afford to be a little heavy? I think you can afford to be a little heavy. This has got a curl.
The last rock of the weekend.
Oh, no,
it's over-curled on him.
Over-curled. Tough break.
Congratulations to Team Miles, our 3rd place D-Event winners and 3rd place overall.
Great game.
Great game.
Great game.
Came down to the last shot.
All right.
Amazing come from behind.
Thanks, brother. That was fun.
Hey,
another year in the
George.
books, right? Another year in the books.
Fun co-chairing this with you again for their third or fourth year, third year?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yep. Good job. Thanks, folks.
And we look forward to being a part of the finals again next year, whether on the mic or on the ice.